Dr. Horowitz, I want to do part 2 of this interview in the near future. I want to fire out some of your websites and, of course, some of your books covering this. I want listeners to get them and then go track down your sources and find out it's true for yourself. I want you to know, especially FBI and government people. So when your wife or son or daughter or you are dying prematurely, you'll know who did it to you, okay? It's very important. I know you're not going to listen till you're dying, but at least then you can tell your family. Maybe they'll wake up and the death can stop then. I mean, we're not joking around here. These people are cold-blooded. They're in control because they're ruthless. They want power. They crave it. Average folks don't. Dr. Horowitz, in closing, I remember you telling me years ago, and it was in the news when this happened, and you remember you on the air on this show right after 9/11 saying, look for anthrax. I was saying the same thing because they were hyping, and we saw the pre-hyping. But in closing, when you're telling them, don't you care about your family? Don't you see this? These agents at your house for 2 days, they finally left, but did you get through to any of their humanity, or do they like being injected with cancer? Do they like the fact that they're being murdered? Do they like or is it just about the power trip? They just don't care even if they're being murdered?
No, I think that the FBI agents were extremely impressed. They went back. They probably told their bosses, leave Horowitz alone. But I think that's typical. Most human beings go into services such as, even the military. People do it because they think they're doing good, but they really don't have their eyes open to the documentation that we're providing that shows that what they're really doing is serving as Manchurian candidates for a political genocidal conspiracy.
Absolutely amazing. So it's much worse than what Reverend Jeremish Wrights is saying. What he was saying was a shadow of the true monster.
He knows the whole truth. I watched him and I listened to him now for the first time extensively. And this man knows what's going on. Notice when he refers to the media, he calls it the corporate-controlled media. This whole thing is corporate fascism. That's what globalism is. And it's not about loving human beings who have ethics and morals and values. And that's the tragedy, is that we were raised by those people.
If they win, I agree. If they win, what's the time frame? How many of us are going to be dead?
I think that they're winning, clearly, in their agenda. I think they ultimately lose, and we're actually promoting the Love Code musical healing celebration to show you exactly how we win, how spiritual warfare is being conducted, and the tools and the technologies we need to advance triumphantly. Yea, though we walk through this valley of the shadow of insanity and death, we can fear no evil because ultimately we have the divine technology for protection. Check out lovecodeseminars.com. Lovecode, C-O-D-E, seminar.com.
We will check it out, Doc, but bottom line, politically, what do you see their time frame until they're really just flying over cities, just flat out killing us? Or will it just be more soft kills and the media explaining why everybody's dying, how it's no big deal?
They're doing it now, Alex. They're flying over cities. They're poisoning us. People are hacking and coughing. This is the springtime. We're supposed to have the cleanest atmosphere of the entire year. Wait till you see this summer where they're going to be telling people everywhere across North America, stay indoors because you can't go out and even breathe the air.
Believe me, you don't have to tell me about it. I've always been completely healthy, and a few months ago, everybody I knew was sick, and you'd walk outside and go, ah! And the news would say it was allergies while there were jets flying over and helicopters. One night I got home at 2 a.m. and a Cessna flew over with a sprayer going psst, spraying my neighborhood.
Yeah, I just flew from Toronto to Chicago to Spokane, Washington, across the United States, and it was hideous. The atmosphere is completely gray and dirty brown everywhere. And this is what we get by trusting our politicians that are literally whores and prostitutes for the petrochemical pharmaceutical cartel.
Doc, we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for all the time.
Thanks a lot, Alex.